Hey everybody, HkSniper here. So I'm making this video, and it's going to be the final video about the whole D-Day situation. All right. So the whole title of it being The Last Stand is clickbaity. I am trying to draw in both sides of the whole situation, and I just want you all to hear me out. And let's. At this point, it's almost been a year, and things need to kind of move on. And it kind of needs to hit this point where, it's water under the bridge. D-Day staff, you have a very, very big event coming up here soon, the 75th. And you guys obviously need to concentrate on what you need to do. And, those of us that have been left behind, it is what it is at this point. And maybe sometime in the future we can work together. And we'll see what happens, So I wanted to make this video to cover a couple points. There's some points that I think that need to be brought up as a final video about this whole situation, and then we're going to move on. It won't be discussed, at least openly and in my eyes, anymore after this point, because it's just irrelevant. And I've even told the staff that I'm not going to discuss the farbisms of the event anymore out in public, just because, it stirred a big, big thing. And, it just caused a lot of problems. It caused some rifts. We're not going to be able to stop everyone from discussing the event when it comes to, like, Farb Fest and everything. It's still going to happen. People are probably going to still make videos about it, whatever. But as far as me, I'm letting it go. That's something that I promised to do, and I'm going to stick with that promise. So, here we go. Point number one I want to bring up is at the front sent out an email. They discussed some of the things that have been discussed on Facebook and on my channel here. They didn't name anyone directly. I'm not going to discuss everything they said, but the one thing I wanted to bring up is they kind of said that people want the event shut down. As far as I'm concerned, with me, I don't want the event shut down. The event does a whole lot for veterans, does a whole lot for the community, and is actually something fairly positive. What happened was just a disagreement between people, and the event needs to go on. And then, I encourage you to attend the event. I caution on what you say about the event, but I encourage you to go to the event. And if you are able to attend, please do. Please support them. If you are a spectator that's kind of caught up on these videos, if you're not a reenactor, I should say, just someone that likes to check out the event, don't let the previous issues turn you away. Please go and support the event. Please go and support the veterans that come out there. The event does a whole lot for those veterans, brings people out, brings people together, and that's very important, I think. I think they provided an important service for that. So no, I don't want the event shut down. Is there people out there that want the event shut down? I would be very questionable on that. I think that anyone that says they want the event shut down is just trolling, because they probably don't attend it to begin with. So, it kind of pops into my next topic here involving trolls. Since there was some drama, some trolls decided to pop into that drama and take advantage of the drama and kind of wanted to stir the pot and cause trouble with both sides. I was targeted by some of these trolls, and I know the staff was targeted by some of these trolls. And there was some messages I saw that were screenshotted and kind of were sent my way in regards to some of the messages that people sent to Betsy. And I did bring this up on a topic. She did reply. I didn't see the reply, but because the thread got deleted. But I wanted to discuss it here openly. I'm very disappointed that people went to that level. I'm very disgusted that people went to that level. One set of these messages was pretty much sexual harassment. It wasn't cool. It's not how things should be handled. I've had my disagreements with her, but I would never, ever go out of my way to send her insults. And you know what? She's never done the same to me. Alright? In terms of us and how much we've disagreed with each other, I believe that our previous communications have been pretty cordial. Um, we've gone at each other's throats more than one time, everybody. And even when we have kind of been upset with each other, she's never been disrespectful to me, and I've gone out of my way to not be disrespectful to her. And the fact that this was happening in our community is pretty disappointing. I didn't find it funny. It wasn't cool. And she did discuss it about this meme type behavior. And yeah, it's not something that should have happened. And I can't control how people react to drama. So it is what it is in terms of how people are going to react. But it's disappointing to see that people in our community and our reenacting hobby would go to this level. And it's just I'm sad to see that even someone I disagree with had to kind of endure that, and it's disappointing. Shouldn't have happened ever. So that is the other part I wanted to bring up. So the other thing I wanted to last kind of thing I wanted to touch on here is people have been saying, oh, I was offered a staff position and I turned it down. That never happened. I don't know where that came from. I'm not sure who's been spreading that one around. I have not been offered a staff position. I did, however, offer that in the future, if they wanted me to act as a liaison for reenactors, in which I would collect feedback. I would love to see. And back in several years ago, we used to get an anonymous survey, and you could kind of do an after-action report to the event staff about how you felt about the event, what could be improved, how this went, how that went, did you do this, did you do that, did you eat here, did you do this, that type of stuff. I would be more than happy to field that in the future. I I can handle what I dished out, and I think I can handle plenty of what reenactors have to say. I have a plan on how I would handle it. I mean, you kind of take your critical points, your not so critical points, figure out what was complained about the most, figure out patterns, that type of stuff. I would do it. I would actually do that, and I made a comment on a post about that as well. Kind of offered that up in the future. I think we can work together, and I actually would like to work together because, like I said, things got nasty. And people said some dumb stuff on both sides of the whole conflict. But at this point, it's been almost a year. Here in 2 months, it's going to have been a year since this all started. And it's time to move on. It's time to move on with our hobby. It's time to improve our hobby. And we can do that together. So that's all I got to say about it. This is the so-called quote-unquote last stand. So people have been asking if I'm going to attend as a spectator. I don't know. I'd like to, just because I still want to support the event. I mean, I may not be able to attend as a reenactor, but I like the event, and I would still like to support the event. And I just want to make that clear. So, let's just move on from here. I think it's time to let things go and move on. We got a great reenacting season coming up this year, and not just D-Day with their 75th anniversary coming up, but me personally, I got a lot of cool events coming up. I got a whole new impression I'm going to be rolling in World War II. I'll probably discuss it here shortly when things kind of chill out, and we'll let the smoke clear out from this whole D-Day thing, and then we'll go over some events and some stuff, and it'll be kind of business as usual from the vaporwave stuff I make up to. We'll probably do a reenacting rant just for fun. And we'll touch on something real quick here. A lot of people are requesting reenactor rants about weight and age. I'm not going to do a reenactor rant on that simply because, age, people cannot control that unless someone finds the fountain of youth somewhere. And when it comes to weight, I just kind of feel that slamming reenactors for their weight is just it's kind of bullying them, It's just a personal thing I've decided not to do. I mean, it's just, it kind of, you start targeting individuals when it comes to that point. Um, and honestly, us as Americans, we have a weight problem anyways. I'm overweight myself. I'm actually working on that right now and making progress. And not only is that going to assist me in my career path that I've chosen, it's also going to assist me in my reenacting hobby and my overall life. So that's that. Thanks for the support on the channel. Thanks for some of your support when it came to this whole situation. And I appreciate the honest support. I don't appreciate the trolling and stuff that happened, but I appreciate the honest support that came my way. And actually, I appreciate some of the criticism that came my way too. Don't think that because we disagree that I dislike you. We can disagree on a lot of things and still have a common objective in mind and still get along. That's kind of the beautiful thing about the American way and just the way of life, period. So, that's that. This is the last video when it comes to the whole ban from D-Day, Ohio. That's it. It's over. And we're just going to move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.